So if you could send a message back to day one you, what would it be? And would it like type of clients to go after, or motivation, or some kind of message that you could send back? It could be multiple messages.
Yeah. Again, I've said this multiple times, but might sound redundant, but keep trusting the process, go after it, follow the money. These are all things that I've just regurgitated from you, but and kind of what I said previously about the best client's the one you have. I think even though we've prided ourselves on customer service throughout our, even when we started, trying to do events and things, but there's been, it can cut down your workload a lot when you're renewing current customers and still bringing new people on board. But that ratio of losing clients and then having to fill their spot with new people and onboard them, like there's some specific clients that they only are not with us not because we did something negligent or lied and or didn't run the story we said, but they're just some extra, like going the extra mile with a few people that some people don't. There's people that are in the magazine, been there for 10 years that I've seen like in person maybe 3 times in 10 years.
Wow.
And they just
it's a
know,
huge testament to what you're doing.
Well, like they know it's just a different buyer, a different type of, like they know we're hitting the right homes. They get it to their house. They know that when they go to their friends to have dinner, it's on their coffee table and that's all they need. Then there's other people that, they don't know. It is more of the relationship and like, oh, I don't even know, like, I don't know if the magazine's working, but I like playing golf with you and, we go skiing and things like that. So I know you can't take everybody golfing and everybody skiing that's a client, but there's a few people that you got to find out what is the trigger for, cause every client's going to be different. So, but there's basically like 3 buckets of like, okay, these people, they know that they get 5 new clients every month, and there's these people that, like I said, that they know the magazine's going to the right homes. And then there's another group of people, client, that it is about the relationship, like 90% of it. So I think there's just a few people that I would like to go back and put a little more effort in.
I love that. Is there anything tied that you would say to yourself when starting in terms of tips around habits or around routine that, now through 13 years, you're like, man, those were the 1 or 2 things?
I think the 10, I don't know if you guys still require that, or, I mean, in my mind back then, I was like, man, I'm like, even though it was my own business and, Steven was the head of the company, but I didn't consider you my boss, but it was like an understood, like 10 meetings a week. And that was just like branded into my brain. And that's, I think if it would have been like, hey, just go out there and do your best and, try to launch in 3 months. That's the goal. Like I would not have launched as quick as I did without that activity, especially early on, is just so critical, is getting out there and getting those meetings and structuring your week, not just taking each week as it comes to you. Like, Monday was an office day and business owners, they're all catching up on, things that they couldn't tie up on Friday, and nobody really wants to meet on Mondays. So Monday was my office day, and going into each week with like, 5 or 6 meetings on the books, and then you're only having to you're setting meetings for the end of that week and then the following week. So I think that is crucial. Like, so maybe even if the company as a whole isn't, I know it's harder with so many people now, but find a couple people in your training group that you can be like accountability partners and say, hey guys, it's like Steven and I with our brother-in-laws, somebody will send a text, one of our brother-in-laws will send a text out like, hey guys, 100 burpees this whole month, let's do it, and then we would, you just start like, oh, I hate burpees, but I guess we're all doing this thing together. So, or push-ups or whatever, some kind of challenge. So I think that's key. Like whether it's the group as a whole or just finding 1 or 2 people that are in there pre-launch, like, hey, let's get it 10 meetings this week. Yeah.
With more than 250 magazines nationwide, City Lifestyle is the leading city-based magazine network in the country. If you're looking for a chance to build your own business while having a team and framework you can rely on, City Lifestyle offers an opportunity worth exploring.